I could not get up. Filming in the gym wasn't actually that bad because of my inconsistency. Let's go live on Instagram. I feel a little bit nervous. I'm aware of this. What do I do with this now? 4 years ago is when I started my healing journey. I am not your average girl. Welcome back to my channel. So happy that you're here. Today is, what day is today? Today is Tuesday, March 4th, which is actually crazy because I feel like it was just February and now we're damn near halfway through March. Not really, but it really feels like that. This morning was like a little bit rough. The past few days have been really interesting, to say the least. I was out like last week. I think it started maybe like, I think it was Thursday. I just woke up and I could not get up. Like, not like, oh my gosh, I was so sleepy. Well, I was sleepy, but it was like my body just like completely shut down, which is so bizarre because that has never happened to me before, where like my body just is not working. It wasn't like, oh, I had a cold, like I got the sniffles or something like that. Like, it was nothing like that. It was like I woke up and my body was completely shut down. Honestly, guys, I was scared. Not gonna lie, I was actually scared. Like, God, please give me the strength. I was just praying over my life. Like, please, I was telling everyone, like, please pray for me. I hope it's nothing serious. Like, I don't understand, like, what's happening to my body. I was genuinely scared. And for the people that know me, they know, like, I'm not, like, the, like, person who's like, oh my gosh, I'm sick. I can't do anything. Like, I'm just not that person. Even if I'm, like, not feeling that good, I'm like, ooh, okay, boom. I'm gonna plow through the day. I'm gonna get it popping. But, like, I could just not get it popping. Like, I just could not. It's actually just facts that your mind and your body are very connected. And my mind is filled with a lot of things right now. There's just some very major changes happening in my life, and they are going to affect other people. It's kind of a tough, sad situation. I'm not going to get into it just because, like I said, it does involve other people, but I can talk about how it's been affecting me, which is very extremely heavy. And I'm an empath, so I feel for people sometimes so much that it affects how I feel. So my brain was just like, oof, overwhelming amounts of guilt. Also, in the midst of making a decision for myself that is going to help me to be better and give to others the best version of myself. So that was a whole lot of like, you're like, okay, but like, what is it? Like I said, I can't talk about it too much, but yeah, just know it's a really heavy situation, and I'm just doing my best to navigate this situation. And my body took a major toll over the past couple of days, and I literally slept for practically 2 full days and half of the third day. The third day I was starting to feel a little bit better, but I did have like a crazy migraine. I think it was a migraine, a headache, migraine. I don't know. I don't usually get those, but I had that. So I was like, yo, what is happening to me? I started this vlog late. It's Tuesday. Usually I'd be wrapping up my vlog by Wednesday, but I think we're gonna go a little longer this week. Let's get into my schedule for the day. Weekly therapy sessions on Tuesdays at 11, but I do need to go to Costco. I want to go to the gym, and I also need to go to Walmart. I honestly love anything shopping related in the morning just because it's the least busiest, except for Costco. Costco is just always busy, and I'm gonna bring you guys everywhere with me today, and I'm gonna use my new monkey bendy. Let me show you. I think they call it like a monkey thing because like can hang off a branch type thing. Anyways, I got this to put on the cart for when I'm shopping. I haven't used it yet. Pop the camera on here. Then you can like wrap it on the cart and stuff. So anyways, excited to use that. And after counseling, I'll update you because I do want to do a bit of my digital marketing course. And I also want to, I want to yip yap about some stuff. I can't lie. Let's get this day started. Let's get our fitness because we got body goals, health goals, all kind of goals. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, girl. I'll catch y'all later. Because I realize I got myself and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Controlling and you say that you love me, but you don't. Your family told me one day I would see it on my own. Next thing I know, I'm dealing with your 3 kids in my own. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's wrong. Now that it's over, stop calling me. Come pick up your clothes. Ain't no need to front like you're still with me. All your homies know. Even your very best friend tried to warn me on the low. Took me some time, but now I am strong. Because I realize I got myself and that's all I got in the end. So I went to the gym, had a quick workout. I would say that I feel like I'm starting all over again at the gym, which is a little bit sad, but it's okay because we're gonna get back. I was feeling tired quicker than I usually would, and it's because of my inconsistency. So let me not make excuses, and let me also remind myself that I do not want to keep starting over at the gym. So I am going to go consistently. My therapist is just so good. Like, she always knows exactly what to say. She really breaks things down in such a good way. And today I was explaining to her about how I was physically feeling over the past couple days and how I feel like it's a direct response to my mind and what's been going on in there. And she confirmed that. She essentially gave me basically the process of how things work. So it's like there's a situation, then there's a thought towards that situation, and then there's an emotion toward that situation, about that situation, and then there's an action. So there's like steps to this. It was like super on point as to like how I was feeling and just everything. That was really good, actually. She really like gets to like the root of things, which I feel like is really good because I am decent with processing how I'm feeling in the moment and connecting pieces between current situation and past trauma. But there's obviously some things that I just don't know the answer to. So she helps me a lot to connect the pieces. And also sometimes I know what my trauma is, or I know what I'm feeling, but I don't know how to navigate it. And for the most part, as I've been doing, is just like replacing the negative with positive. That's also a way to have to deal with them later. So she really helps me in like processing things like as they come, as they are, and properly. So I'm so grateful for her. I look forward to our every Tuesday session at 11 a.m. Now I just dropped off Shy's grilled cheese at school because she has requested me to drop off the lunch hot. She's like, "Mommy, can you make sure my grilled cheese is warm?" And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have to bring it at lunchtime. And then she's like, yes, can you please bring it at lunchtime? So I brought her grilled cheese for her. She's so sweet. And so is her teacher. She has literally the best teacher ever. He's great. I was always like a little bit like hesitant on like male teachers. Like, you know, he is honestly, he's so good. He's so good. And at first she was like, but now, like, she rocks with him. He always tells me, like, yo, all the boys, like, they're just on her. They never leave her alone. I'm like, listen, tell them to stay away from her. Now I'm going to head to Costco. I have about an hour. Well, an hour and a bit, but I'm going to go to Costco, get a couple things that I need for the house. I'm going to bring you guys to Costco with me, and we're going to give ourselves a decent budget, maybe like I don't need a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna say 100. Then after I get back from Costco, it's gonna be time to pick up the kids pretty much. And then once I pick the kids up, I'm gonna bring them to after school program. Then I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna start dinner, and I'm gonna watch a training video from my UBC course, which I'm gonna show you guys because there's a lot of backlash about the UBC course, which is the ultimate branding course. But so far I have been loving it. Let's go to Costco. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I feel a little bit weird, but I also seen this video the other day and it was like me recording in the grocery stores because y'all ain't paying my bills. I was like, where is the lie? I'm gonna bring y'all into Costco with me. It is jumping. Name something more chaotic than a Costco parking lot. I'll wait. Ladies and gentlemen. Hi. Thank you. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling like a little awkward, but honestly, nobody cares. Nobody cares what you're doing. Everybody's just in their own little world, doing what they gotta do, getting what they gotta get, and trying to get the heck up out of here in the future, because there's a lot going on in here. I'm just wondering, where's this thing close at? Yep, in the car. Chicken bar? Check. Thank you. Hey, we better try this Kit Kat bar. Looks good. Mmm. It's like coffee. Coffee bar. It's like coffee crisp. Okay. Not bad. These are wheat chicken strips. Yeah.
Garlic Parmesan cheese seasoning is new. We tap on the chicken. The chicken nuggets is fully cooked.
Thank you. Yakitori chicken with Japanese style fried rice. It's one of those things where like it can go on, you know? This is kind of maybe excessive, but honestly, I've been using baking soda a lot. I would like to not ever run out, so we're getting this. It's a cut for me. That makes me look at you too out there. Baby, you can live with something. Baby, I can run all the time. Filming in the gym wasn't actually that bad. Nobody really cared, except for this one chick. She really cared, but almost cared too much because she kind of cheesed me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I've been really working on it, like working on this, like not taking things personal. I just feel like it's not that difficult to communicate things in a respectful way, you know? So I had my camera set down and I was going to pick up a weight. My screen was on, but it wasn't recording. And like I literally just set it down. So I go to pick up my weight and then I see this girl going to like look at my camera. And then I see her, she sees me, and she's like, I don't want to be in your video. And I was like, I don't want you to be in my video. So I don't understand why we gotta be so rude, okay? Anyways, we're not spending any more time on that. I'm having fun, like trying to find cute angles, but you know, be forgiving because it's my first gym vlog, recording, whatever. So be kind, okay? We are still getting used to this vlogging thing and the angles and getting the right angles, but I was really putting in work. I was like, all right, let me put this here, let me put this here, you know? I was doing my thing. And I made myself a smoothie and I put protein powder, I put a dragon fruit, it's like a tropical frozen fruit mix. So there's dragon fruit, mango, pineapple, and what is it, passion fruit? No, I don't know, something else. I put a banana, I put a little bit of honey, I put oats, oat milk. I really love my smoothies with coconut milk. I don't know, I feel like the dragon fruit and the coconut, it might have been Starbucks that did that to me actually. I don't know, but dragon fruit and the coconut, it just goes so good together. I put some flax seeds, I think that's it. And if I had sea moss, which I need to get more of, I would have put some in here as well. Now I'm going to a cafe today. I'm going to Coffee Culture. I really like that cafe actually. I've been there like a few times. I'm gonna go meet Farah. She is the videographer who shot She's Beyond Limits vision board workshop. So we have a little meeting today, gonna just chit chat and see how we can add value to what we got going on. She also has a business and it's called Pink Water Production, and she works with only female entrepreneurs, which is really cool. So I'm excited to see what our conversation is like. So I'll see you over there. Bye. How was your day? You had a shoot so far today, right?
It was good. I had to film something in the morning. I was at this like influencer gym, so it's like made for people to film in. I called first help, but yeah, it was literally everyone was filming. It was so funny. And then I came here.
I'm not enough mentality. It's believing you lack the skills It's believing that you lack the knowledge and it can stop you from seeking growth and new opportunities. And then I started all over again. It wasn't a downfall, no. It was a little bit of a setback, but the comeback was way bigger. Let me tell you, okay? So, morning voice notes from my girl.
That you are blessed, you are anointed, and that God has called you, so you better get it. You better get what you need to get, child, because who else gonna get it? Who else? Amen.
Amen, sis. Ew, my girl with the voice notes. We love this. I'm gonna send her one back because God bless. Honestly, I needed that. I got a call this morning from my cousin. A message from my cousin actually, and he was like, call me. And I was like, all right. And he be like the one trying to like make peace sometimes and stuff. So I know when he hits me up, I'm like, oof, he be trying to make peace with something. So let's see what's going on. And so, and actually he was the one who, when I first found out that my mom was doing drugs, which was like 2014. Wow, that is over 10 years ago. That's insane. Anyways, it was about 2014 when he was the one who was like, call. And then I found out some information that I was just like, oh my gosh. So anyway, so anytime he messaged me and was like, call me, I'm like, what is it? What is it? So anyways, I call him and he basically is saying that how he heard she's not doing so well and everything like that. And honestly, that news just breaks my heart all the time because it's such a tricky situation to be in because it's like at first, like when I first moved down here, I was also in school for community and justice, you know, like learning about how to deal with this type of situation. So that's actually what kind of encouraged me to take that course, just to know how to like navigate these types of situations. And when I'm learning about all these things about, you know, how to cope with close people or just people in general who are facing challenges with addiction, it's like I try to bring those resources and information. And we all have trauma. That's the thing. And you know, when you see that in your parents about how, you know, strong they are when you're growing up, and then as they get older, you start to like really identify a lot of the trauma, like, okay, whoa, it gives you a different level of understanding, but it doesn't make it easier, to be honest. It, you know, helps me to understand who she is more as a person, not just as a mother figure, but as a person. Everyone goes through it. And so I really just wanted to help her, to be there to support her and offer her resources and support, but it just wasn't really successful. And then it came to a point where I did have to separate myself. So that's also a very hard part because it's like separating myself to keep my own mental clarity and mental health in check. And also I think sometimes like, oh, like, am I being selfish? Am I like, you know, should I check in more? Should I, you know, like, should I be doing more? Should I go meet her? Like, should I, you know, like, could I be doing more to support her? I've accepted where she's at. And so part of it is like meeting people where they're at. Okay, let's go live on Instagram. I'm feeling a bit nervous. I'll be right back. 4 years ago is when I started my healing journey. You know, left the relationship that was no longer serving me, moved to Montreal, all that good stuff. And I started to actually be like, okay, how did I get there? How did I get here? You know, and really just started to embark on that journey of healing and personal development. The past year alone, let alone the past 4 years, has been like really crazy. 4 years later, what I want to say is the journey doesn't really get easier. I'm not gonna lie. Like, things don't just get easier. A little bit, like once you are able to, I guess, identify some things, but honestly, I'm not seeing it getting easier, I'm not gonna lie. And it's a lot of work that has to be put into healing and, you know, just working to break generational curses and healing from generational trauma, because we hear that thrown around so loosely, like, oh, like breaking generational curses and healing from generational trauma. But no one's talking about the ugly parts of it. Maybe not enough. And I feel like that's a fact. And yeah, I just feel like people are not talking about the ugly parts enough. In fact, I feel like I haven't been talking about the ugly parts enough. I'm really working on, you know, being a more vulnerable version of myself, because like there's a bunch of people on the internet talking about how they overcame their problems, and like, cool. Let's talk about the ugly. Let's really talk about the ugly parts. Okay? Especially as you become a parent. When you become a parent, it's like, whoa. When you become a parent, it just gets crazier, because you're like, oh my goodness, I don't want to pass certain things on to my child that I experienced, you know? And it's even crazier when you're raising other people's children. That's crazy. That's something that I was not prepared for, okay? Because you think like, well, I thought like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm already a mom. So like, how hard could it be, right? To just be a mom to other children. I was wrong. Okay, this has been probably one of the greatest challenges of my life. Many people, when they raise other people's children, usually they're raising with other people's children with the parent of those children, or together. Like you made a choice, like, okay, I'm gonna go and adopt these children and raise these children as my own. Okay, nobody prepares you for when you have to do it by yourself, in addition to it being abruptly kind of like sprung on. So that's been really, really crazy. And then also the fact that I was raised by my mom, who's not my biological mom, and like just things that like I grew up with and things I experienced, I am noticing those things happening now. Things that I'm doing that my mom was doing that bothered me. And it's like, oh my gosh, nobody talks about this. Y'all, it is crazy. So I'm in therapy right now, and I feel like before I started, it's okay, I always been pretty self-aware, okay? I've been pretty self-aware and been able to like identify my challenges, identify certain things, and like connect pieces. Like, oh, okay, I feel like a part of the reason why I'm like this is because this, or like, oh my gosh, like this makes sense because da 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 da, this, that, and really put things together. But it's like you never actually have all the answers, and sometimes you are aware of things. Speaking from like my personal experience, sometimes I'm aware of things, or I become aware of things, and then it's like, okay, I'm aware of this. What do I do with this now? And I feel like that's been a lot of my challenges before I was able to get a therapist, because it's like, okay, I'm aware that I have these issues. I'm aware that I'm triggered when things like this happen. And then there's other things that I just feel like, oh, okay, like I'm good now because I moved on from that, or I replaced that thought with this thought. And so now I'm good. That trauma is like put in a box, placed on the shelf, and good to go, you know? But like my therapist was like, girl, like just because you put it in a box and put it on the shelf doesn't mean that you're healed. Doesn't mean you're healed from it. And so I could speak about that in regards to my previous relationship, my traumatic relationship, you know? So there's certain things that happened in that relationship where I was like, yeah, like that happened, but like, I'm so over that. Like, I'm good now. Being in a situation where I'm now raising that individual's children that I didn't birth is a whole next level situation, because it's like before I didn't have to maintain contact, you know? Now, I mean, he's incarcerated, all right? So that's a huge part of it too. He's been incarcerated for the past 4 years. So in a way it was like, okay, I'm like kind of free, you know? But then now being in a situation where I'm caring for all his children, including the children from a previous relationship, it's like there's a lot of like emotions and things that come like rushing in where it's like, whoa, whoa. And so those are some things that I'm navigating right now, in addition to unexpected updates about things that you just don't know what to do about, okay? For that one, that's like more, that's in relation to my mom, okay? So my mom, mother who adopted me, she was always so strong, so fierce, you know, like next level fearless, you know, growing up. A little aggressive, you know, but now that I'm older, I can definitely understand more about where that was coming from. Gotta smell good in the gym, okay. But now, and it's been some years now, she struggles with addiction. And that has been one of the most challenging situations of my life because, again, nobody talks about how hard it is to navigate situations like this. Like this morning I got a call and there were concerns about, her well-being. What do you do? Like, what do you do with that information? When I first learned about the addiction, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, we gotta like do this and like get these resources and we need a counselor, we need this, da da da, okay, blah, blah, blah. And you could do the most, but until that person is ready and willing to explore change, it's kind of difficult to, you can't make anybody do anything. I think that's what I'm trying to say. You can't make anybody do anything. And so eventually you just have to fall back. And that's how I felt. I was like, okay, well, I just got to fall back, and meet her where she's at. And, when she calls, answer. If she wants to talk, okay, I'll listen, I check in here and there once in a while. But it's like, there's also that level of like, okay, I need to maintain boundaries because it's like, woo, it is a lot to navigate, especially when I have my own life going on. And then it's like, then there's that guilt of like, oh, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? Like maybe they need me right now. Maybe I should be over there, like, I don't know, holding her hand. Like, I don't know. Like, so it's just like so crazy to navigate these things. It's not something that I talk about a lot, but I do want to start sharing more about these challenges and this journey that I'm on because y'all, it is hard. Okay. Some days are great. Every day is a blessing. Some days are really hard. Some days are really good. I cry probably like at least 3 to 5 times per week. Okay. It's normal. It's a part of my like thing now. It's like, it's just a regular activity that I do at this point. We just had this conversation in wellness community. Let me know about that community because, woo, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. And I'd be damned if I just show up here every single day acting like this healing journey is so beautiful all the time. Like it's not. It's really ugly. Like it's really ugly sometimes, especially when you still have to navigate life. Like life doesn't just stop while you're healing. It's not just like, okay, well, like, okay, I'm just going to stop everything that's going on and I'm just going to like focus on this healing journey. And yeah, like, no, I still have to operate at maximum frequency to show up for the kids, make the lunches, make sure that also like how I'm dealing with them, how I'm communicating with them is not a reflection of how I'm feeling, which guilty. Because sometimes it is. Sometimes I'd be flipping out and I'm like, whoa, why did I just flip out right now? Like, all they did was like do something super small. All they did was left a piece of Lego on the ground and I'm flipping out. Why am I flipping out? So many moments like that where I have to catch myself and be like, whoa, Shamia, check yourself. Check yourself. Because can't just be moving like that. And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. And I want to start to share more of what that looks like. I just started doing this and now everything is just marvelous. Like, no. I mean, every day is marvelous. By God's grace, right? Community is everything. I find like one of my challenges is like when I go through things, I just fully isolate. Like I'm like, oof, I need to just be one with myself, which is good. It's good to reflect. Reflecting is always good, but you got to come back to your community. You got to come back and, build that community. So I feel like right now I spent a lot of time in isolation and I'm seeking to rebuild that community, to establish connection, to connect with more people, because there was a point in time where I felt like I was really thriving and being able to give a lot to people. And I found that those moments were when I was in community, when I was connecting with people every single day, connecting with new people, the same people, all different types of people all over the world. Just, circling back, building that community, because community is important. And we be out here feeling like we don't need nobody. I mean, Me sometimes I be feeling like that. Not that I don't need anyone, but it's like, yeah, I'm actually good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually Gucci. Like, I'm Gucci. Like, but we actually all need people. We actually all need community. We actually all need someone to just like listen, encourage. Morning, Kia Boo. Hope you're doing good. You know, we all need that. We need people we can relate to. We need people who are going to be real with us without being judgmental. We need people who are going to just uplift us and, you know, just like be together, to work together. So I'm really focusing right now on reestablishing those connections. And yeah, I should probably do more lives because I don't be doing them enough. There's been like a really weird blockage for me in social media right now. It's like, I know you see me show up, I know you see me showing up, but I feel like I'm still establishing my angle that I want to show up on social media as, you know, all things me, always will be me. I want to encourage people to be their best selves. I want to be vulnerable. I want to share my story. That's a challenge for me. I'm like, oh, I want to share my story, but like, oh, I don't want people to feel bad for me. You know, overthinking. A part of the reason why I even did this live was because these are things that I want to talk about, but I don't want to overthink it. Overthink it so much that like, okay, I record the video and then I don't post it because I overthink it too much. Like, I don't want to be doing that. So I was like, let me just go live and not give myself a chance to overthink if I'm going to post it or not. Right? So anyways, I gotta head over to the gym. Expect more conversations. I want to have more conversations with people. I would like for, you know, people to join my live, for us to talk about things, hard things. Not all the sugar-coated, life is always fantastic and always beautiful. I mean, it is. It is. Because this is God's world and we are God's children. But let's also talk about the difficult parts. Let's talk about the challenges that we're navigating. Let's talk about generational trauma and how hard it is. How hard it is, especially if you're trying to break it. You know, if you're aware, like, it's crazy. Like, people don't be talking about it enough. So I want to talk about it. And if you want to talk about it, send me a DM. And on that note, I'm gonna see y'all later. Catch y'all in the gym, right?
Work dedication, all it took was patience. Words in it, pause, I've been grinding all my life.